Now they say timing is everything, and that is exactly what this Chevy small block distributor does. Now, if you don't know how these work, this video may be for you, but if you do, you got to remember there was a time that you didn't know. So if you're younger or you're just now getting into working on these old Chevy trucks and you don't know exactly what you're looking at, I figured I'd just give you a real quick pass through of what this is. So this is what distributes the spark to the spark plug for your engine to run. So if you look at it, obviously it's got this shaft here. It goes down a hole into your engine and is spun off the camshaft of the vehicle. So when you spin this, there's a thing in there I'll show you that spins, that controls the spark to each cylinder. Now if you also look on the bottom on the Chevys, there is a notch there. That is what also drives your oil pump. So when this is dropped in, you got your spark plug wires to each cylinder and your coils up here. This is what creates the energy for the spark. If you look right here, it says tack and back. So basically 12 volts in, crap ton of voltage out, and the tack deal is exactly what it says. This is where you would hook a sense wire for an RPM gauge in your cab. So if you pop this off, this is the rotor bug. So when you spin this, it's going to create a spark voltage between each one of these tabs, a different one for each cylinder. And basically, you can't just drop this in and go. This has got to be set, timed to the vehicle to know when and where it needs spark. And that's also controlled by the ignition control module. And there's mechanical weights in there. And I got to thinking about it. I could go really, really in depth with this. And, you know, I like LS swaps and these are cool, but I got to think about it. This is kind of the whole computer system of an old school Chevy. You got your vacuum advantage, you got your ignition control module, and the weights in there, and your coil. This controls everything as far as the engine running, and it moves on the fly. Versus today's modern engine uses a lot of sensors, NOx sensors, map sensors, everything together with the ECM to calibrate when this should happen instead of mechanical. So when you're actually putting your spark plug wires on, when you look up firing order, that is exactly what they're talking about, because this thing spins in a certain direction and you got to have the right cylinder on each one. Now if you got a factory motor, most of the time it's casted on the intake what the firing order actually is, and that'll give you an idea of where to stab this. So when you're actually stabbing one, I could do a whole different video on it, but it's really important that it's facing a certain direction and the engine's in a certain position, or else none of this will work right. You can imagine when you send spark to something that doesn't need it, you're going to get all kinds of problems. But maybe that clears a little bit of stuff up. You got this ball right here that passes voltage through here, but yeah, Chevy distributor.